Well, some people would say this is Whistlin Diesel's truck. Now let's take you for a look around and see what this thing really is. This is a 2005 GMC with the LLY Duramax and 5-speed Allison transmission. And yes, it really does look like Whistlin Diesel owned this truck. But the difference is, this thing has low miles and the drivetrain is in perfectly good shape. This has 149,000 miles, was owned by an older guy, and regularly serviced at a dealership close to where I live. I found this. It's got new shocks. Front end was gone through. Bushings, ball joints, kind of all redone in the front. And then it was in a rollover accident. It was totaled, and so I bought it because the drivetrain is solid. It actually drives fine. I've driven it down the road like this. That's why the top's cut off. I'll put in clips of the other videos where I was cutting off the top. But it's all in good shape actually. There's only one spot. So it was hit on the passenger side, and the frame rail is slightly bent on this side. Can't even really see it from under here, but I'm going to take the bed off so that it's easier to see, and we'll cut out part of the floor in the back of the cab because it's like right under this section. Right there is where it was hit. And so it's definitely bent just a little bit on this one rail. So we're going to have to straighten that out, and then we're going to be putting a crew cab square body on this. So should be a pretty solid truck. It's actually got some upgraded stuff like the filter adapter. It had a downpipe and exhaust system. That guy took it off though. And then it's got the intake pipe, and that's pretty much it. So it's gonna need a fair amount of work, but for what I paid for this thing, it was a crazy good deal. The guy just, I think, wanted it gone. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's pull the bed off. 2011 Chevy C20 crew cab, and we're going to be using this cab because it's almost rust free. Floorboards are totally nice and clean. The paint is starting to bubble, but there's still paint on the entire floorboard. It's not like the other 5 or 6 trucks I've had where you know, peel up the carpet and it's just completely rusty. So this thing's actually a really solid cab. It's got a few dents. The front end's even pretty decent, but I don't want to use this front end. I like the 70s front end, so I'm gonna put like a 77-ish, whatever, front end on it. It'll be a cool swap. I've never swapped front ends. I know you can, so I'm gonna work on trying to do that. And we'll get rid of this front end. It is a decent front end, but I don't want to use it. I'm gonna be trying to use the whole intercooler, radiator, transmission cooler, oil cooler, everything in this. All I'm gonna do is just put that cab with a 70s front end, put it on top of this chassis and try to fit it around the Duramax and everything it has. I'd like to, I don't think I'm going to be able to use this core support. I think I'll have to try to adapt and make it so the 70s truck front end, the radiator, intercooler, everything bolts to that. So that'll be a lot of fun. I gotta get all new body mounts for this thing and probably make my own, fabricate my own body mounts on the frame of this truck to fit the crew cab. So it'll be a big project, but it'll be really cool. So, and I want to keep the inside of this. I'm going to try to put a 70s dash and kind of 70s interior because I want it to all look like a 70s crew cab. I couldn't find one for the right price, so I got this truck that has like no rust, which is pretty rare for around here. And I'm going to make it be a 2-tone truck. I don't know if it probably won't get painted immediately. I think I will 415 the floor, the bottom of the floor, and then even Raptor line the bottom of the floor, so I can put it on the frame and everything underneath is done, and when I decide to paint it and what color, then I can paint it afterwards. But for mocking it up and trying to not scratch the fenders and stuff, making all kinds of brackets and trying to adapt this, I'm just going to leave it, I think, whatever color the fenders are and whatever the cab is right now. So I'll walk you around real quick and show you the inside of this truck. The floorboards have like 0 rust. Most of it's just really in decent shape. This truck has pretty much no rust in the regular spots, a tiny bit of surface rust, like some bubbles poking through, but nothing crazy. Back here, it's dirty. Pour the carpet out and you can see there's still all shiny original factory paint on the floor, so that's good. Either side solid. So, and if you look at the rocker, it's all solid too. It's a little bit of rust right on that. I think pinch weld is where it's getting some rust, but nothing bad at all. It's a really solid rocker. Same with the back one too. I haven't really taken out the carpet in the back, but I assume it will be pretty good shape, just like the front of the truck. So I thought it was a 4-wheel drive when I first went to look at it. Didn't really pay attention too much to the front end because the guy told me it was on a 4-wheel drive frame, which I was too excited to find a crew cab with no rust that I didn't check it until the second time I went to look at the truck, and it was too late. So it's got this weird gash in the door. I don't really know if I'm going to do a door skin or what I want to do with this door. Maybe just get a whole new door. We'll figure it out, but I think it'll be pretty fun project. It'll be quite the task trying to fit all this you know, radiator and intercooler and stuff all into the factory core support from the Squarebody. And then I think I'm going to try to reuse the Hydro Boost system in this. Pretty much all of the running gear is going to be for a 2004 Duramax. So I'll even try to adapt this AC somehow into the firewall. I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'll figure it out though. We'll try to make it all work in the Squarebody, and it'll be a pretty cool truck. I don't know if I showed, this thing has a 5-inch lift kit on it. brand new Bilstein shocks, and the front end was rebuilt and stuff before it was wrecked. I straightened out the frame. It did dent the bottom where I had a hook on it, so I'll have to fix that, but just cut, weld in a plate, make it stronger. It's a lot straighter, so it'll be really cool. I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to do a short bed or some kind of custom length bed though to fit on that chassis, but I do know the whole crew cab and everything's going on first, and then we'll figure out a bed later. Should be a cool project, and thanks for watching.